Yeah, I don't ever remember feeling like this. But I'm out here in these YouTube streets. So I want you to get your fingers.
I don't know what you're doing.
I want you to
right
get
now,
your mouse.
I want you to check me out.
And I want you to check me out.
Get ready to do this. It's the relationship rehab. Like, share, and subscribe. We coming at you live. So come on, let's take a ride. Then subscribe to United Guns of America. Just click that link and listen up to what I'm telling you. It's the relationship.
Click that link right now. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Brian Redmond, and I just want y'all to subscribe to my channel. You know what I'm saying? I want you to let me know what you think. I'm gonna talk about some things, you can talk about some things, and we can do our thing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's all about having a conversation, right? I mean, if we can't talk to each other, then, I mean, what are we really here for? I want y'all to be able to just come over to my channel, talk to me about what's going on with you, and I can tell you what's going on with me, and we can build some things, you know what I'm saying? That's all about growth, baby. So click that link, go ahead and swipe on your phone, whatever you gotta do. Share my content. It's just get me out here, baby. Cause we just talking, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I like doing what I'm doing because it's about the people. It's about us having a conversation with each other. It's about us discussing whatever needs to be discussed. And on these YouTube streets, this is the best place to do it, baby. Like, share, subscribe. That's right. Click the link. Click the link. Yeah. I just want to say thank you to everybody that's out here that's already subscribed. You know what I'm saying? Cause y'all ain't the first one, and y'all ain't the last one. So I just want to give a shout out to everybody that click the link, that click the share, and then subscribe to your boy. Cause we gon' blow this thing together, baby. Relationship rehabbing, United Guns of America. To the world blow up, baby. Yeah. Click the link, baby. Click the link, baby. Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to send a shout out to all y'all. I love y'all. That's why I do this. It's for the love of us, baby. I appreciate all of y'all. Ooh, we gon' do this thing. We gon' do this thing right here, baby. Hey, look, if you at a computer right now, just go ahead and click your link. What else you got to lose, baby? Tell me what you think. Hit the comment section. You can jump on the live panel. We do it all here. That's what it's all about. So come holler at your boy. I've been doing this for years, but I just got onto this YouTube thing. So hey, let's see what it do and where it can go.
To United Guns of America. Just click the link and listen up to what I'm telling you, telling you. What's good in the hood, baby? It's your boy Brian Redmond. I'm so glad to be here with y'all tonight. Let me tell y'all something. I almost didn't do a show tonight, but then I got convicted. Well, actually, I was debating on doing the show. I was saying I could either do a show or I could go smoke me a cigar and hang out for a little bit, but I said, no, I need to go ahead and do this here show. So here I is. I'm glad to be here. This is gonna be a good show, I believe. Let me go. This is gonna be this right. There we go. This is gonna be a good show, I believe. I wanted to, before I get started, I had to tell you all. I got two things I got to tell y'all. I had a realization about maybe about 3-4 months ago. I'm getting old, and I'm getting old because I need glasses. It's sad. It's a sad day in my life, but I have realized about 4 months ago that I got to get glasses. So probably sometime over the weekend or probably next week, your boy gonna have some frames he gonna need to start wearing. It's so crazy. Like, I can see, what is it? I am farsighted. So I'm farsighted, and nearsight, my sight up close only starts to bother me when I get like right here. Like, if I'm looking at my phone, I'm usually looking at my phone like this. If I bring my phone, wait, I'm gonna tell you. Like right here is where it starts getting fuzzy. It starts getting blurry. It's blurry here, and I can barely make out the letters. Crazy. And it's like I've always had good vision for the most part, except for like one summer, I had to wear glasses as a kid because I had like hit myself in this eye like, man, what, like 3 times. I think I got hit in the eye with like 2 baseballs, and then I was carrying a garbage can and I slipped and fell, and the garbage can hit me in the same eye. I think it was this one, my right eye, yeah, because I had a right eye stigmatism, and I had to wear glasses for maybe about a year and a half. But after that, I was fine. But yeah, your boy wearing glasses. But I guess that's what it is, and that's how it goes. But let me tell you all something. Today, I actually got emotional, and to the point to where tears swelled up in my eyes. They didn't fall, but they definitely got on that edge right before it hit the lash and then come out. It got there. My eyes filled up. Let me tell you why. And please, while y'all in here, click the like button. Click the like button. Yeah, he said try reading glasses. Try reading glasses. Get the number 20 first. Yeah, I went to the eye doctor, Jason, and just I got insurance, so I was like, let me go get my eyes tested. And pretty much what the dude said, he was like, man, he said your vision for the most part is fine. He said this is just one of those things where you getting old and you can get he said I had a choice between either getting reading glasses where I would just put them on for reading or whatever, or I can get the not transition lenses. Transition is when the sun come out. Shit, what did he call them? Invisaligns or no line bifocals. That's what he said. No line bifocals, whatever. Invisaligns. What the fuck? Oh, those are braces. I don't need them. I got them fairly whites in order. Ting ting, yeah. But anyway, that's pretty much what he said. He was like, you can do that and just do the and they'll pretty much be like readers. But the thing about it, if I had the readers, then I'd have to carry them around all the time. Cause I can't have no readers on. I wasn't gonna get them old man half joints, them half moon joints. I wasn't getting there while I be doing this. No. I couldn't do that. So I said, well, I think I'll just go ahead and just get the glasses that I can just wear all the time that got the not Invisalign. Yeah, the Invisalign, the no line bifocals in them. And he said, yeah, they said it'll work and you can wear them all the time. So I was like, cool. So I was like, all right. And plus, I also want to try them out when I'm shooting because, and I think I'm going to have to ask them when I pick them up if they got some goggles. I think I'm going to get some sports goggles or something to wear because I'm one of those weird people to where I'm right-handed, but I'm left eye dominant. And it sucks to be me when it comes to shooting. So I think that it's gonna help me though, Jason, because I only wear my goggles, my safety glasses when I shoot, but I believe that these might help me with my target acquisition when it comes to my red dot, because sometimes it's like I have to, because I'm left eye dominant but I'm right-handed. It's like it's weird for me to aim. Like even with my shooting stance, I have to shoot modified Weaver because you're supposed to bring the gun up to your eye levels right here. So I like isosceles for me, it feels funny. It just does because I want to take my gun to my dominant eye. So it's like I shoot modified Weaver because of that, because I can get my gun up like that, and it's just better for target acquisition for me. But I'm gonna see if this is gonna help that with that, because like I said, sometimes when I'm using my red dot, it's a little weird, and it could be because of my nearsightedness. So I don't know. So I'm gonna check it out. But let me tell you this story about my kid today. And y'all know I love my baby girl and my baby boy. But today I was so filled with just pride, and I was so proud of my daughter. So let me tell you what happened. So my daughter's at daycare, and because she's out of school for the summer, and me and her mama, we work. So we take her and my son to the same daycare, right? Fine. So they go on this little skating trip on the day at the daycare. and one of the kids actually was like, one of the other kids, they did some weird shit where the kid fell and his head landed in another kid's lap and kids whatever, and the kid head landed in the other kid's private area and they was fooling around or whatever. So they broke it up, told them stop, don't do it no more. Little badass kids, fine. But anyway, the next later on that day at daycare, my daughter saw some other kids doing that same thing, and she like stood up and went to go get the teacher. Now, most people be like, okay, so she told. Yes. But the fact that she was with her peers and she saw out of all those other kids that were, and some of those kids were older than her, but she saw them doing something wrong and listened to that voice to go and tell an adult. And the adult came and took care of the situation, but she was so proud of my daughter. And when she told me the story, I said, okay, well, let me ask her, what happened today. So I'm talking to her and I'm like, yeah, so what happened? And I said, tell me what happened today at school and what happened with the kids stuff. And she got so emotional and she thought she was in trouble. I said, sweetheart, I'm so proud of you. I can't believe that you stood up in a situation like that where a lot of kids didn't and most kids wouldn't. And I said, and why did you do it? She said, because it was the right thing to do. Now, for those of you who don't know, every morning I drop my kid off, I'm talking to her about being a leader. And I always tell her that leaders always do think for themselves and they always do the right thing. That's what I always tell her. I said, what a leader? I said, are you a leader? She said, yeah. I said, why are you a leader? She said, because I always do. I think for myself and I always do what's right. And the fact that she said that back to me, I got so emotional to just see the growth in my kid. I swear to y'all, I almost cried. She saw that I was emotional and she almost cried. And I said, that little voice that you heard in you that told you that that was wrong. Yes, Mark, spirit of discernment. I said, that little voice that told you that what you saw was wrong and you went to go tell. I said, always listen to that voice. I said, anytime you see something that's wrong, you say something. I said, you tell your teacher, you tell an adult. I said, and you always make sure you tell who. She was like, mommy and daddy. I was like, yes. Now, let me remind y'all, I had just put her on punishment the day before yesterday because she went and got a snack pack of little chips from her mama, and then she came and got them back, got another one for me, and she knows she don't get two, but she played the game and thought she was winning. So I canceled her dessert for an entire week. I said, you don't get no dessert for a week because you tried to hustle out of some snacks. So she on punishment, on dessert punishment, if you will. So today I was like, girl, you done made your daddy so happy. You done made your daddy so proud. I said, your dessert for just today is reinstated. And I had bought some sweet tea that was on sale to, because I said I wanted an Arnold Palmer for some reason. I just had a taste for an Arnold Palmer. But I bought some sweet tea for my Arnold Palmer. I said, you won't say she liked it. I said, you want some of this sweet tea? She was like, yes, daddy, yes. I said, get your glass, girl. We about to toast. And I poured her some sweet tea and all of it. But I told her, I said, now, tomorrow, you back on dessert punishment for your week. I said, but for today, you done earned yourself a reprieve. But I was just so proud. It's like when you realize that you teaching your kids and you're putting all of this into your children and you're doing it just because you love them. You want them to just be the best them that they can be. But when you get a return on your investment from your children, it's priceless. And that's why being a daddy is the greatest fucking job in the world. It really is. to know and just to see all that I pour into her and to just see it come up and come out naturally. Oh man, I'm just saying. So my heart was full, Jack. I'm telling you, I was so full just to see my seed growing. I'm telling y'all, it is so important that we just teach our children every day. Every single day. Being in the house with your kids matters. Every day it matters. So that was my win for the day. You know, can't shit else ruin my day. I'm just telling you, can't nothing else ruin my day. It was just such a good day. But with that being said, this particular video that we gonna watch on tonight, it's a doozy. And here's why. I've done several videos where I've broken down police videos and body cam footage, and I've talked about, oh, hey, shout out to Colin over here on the United Guns of America. He says, I'm new to the channel. I love the content I've been watching every day this week. Yeah, I appreciate you, brother. That's what's up. Thank you, good sir. But y'all see me do different breakdowns, and there are instances where the cops get it right. There are instances where the cops, get it wrong. And then there are instances where the cops got it wrong, but they legally did what was within their power to do. Plain and simple. What they did was, in my opinion, wrong. Like, you can have a bad shoot, but it can be legal. So it's like, and those things happen. However, this right here, this video, what's so strange about it is, number one, they haven't released the full footage. And I don't know why. He said, my daughter bought me an art pic of her and me when she was a few days old. Wow, he said, you watered up. I'll tell you, man, them kids, boy, when they do what's right and they do those, when you could just see your kids do good things, it's powerful, man. It just is. That legacy thing and all of that stuff, it just it's special. But in this instance, what was so weird to me is that this video, they're not showing the whole video, like what led up to this and what the officers did when they got on scene. They didn't show that. It's weird. And with that being said, I kind of like questioned it, but I'm still going to break it down based on what I'm seeing. Would love to see the beginning of this when the officers first arrived. I definitely would. But what they're showing now, it is what it is. And like I said, it's enough to still break down. But before we get started, let me go ahead and jump into my favorite part of the show.
Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyrighted motion pictures, videotapes, or video discs under certain circumstances without authorization of the copyright holder. This is called fair use and is allowed for purposes of criticism, news reporting, teaching, and parody, which doesn't infringe of copyright under 17 U.S.C. 107.
My left eye and left hand. See, yeah, you lucky, Jason. Son bitch. You left-handed. You left hand dominant and your left eye dominant. Lucky bastard. Yeah. All right, let me go ahead and scroll down. Brandy said her baby girl turns 18 in August. Hey, congratulations. Let me pin this up to the chat. Thank you, Miss June Bennett. All right, here we go. So, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and watch this, and then we're going to break it on down. There we go. All right. And so, well, let me frame this up real quick. So here's what's happening. You have a domestic violence call. What are the worst calls, officer, to go on? Domestics. Most dangerous? Domestics. The last call you want to take is a domestic. Shout out to Brandy Can hit your boy with $20. Somebody else hit my Cash App too. I didn't even see it. Let me make sure I acknowledge my donators. Thank you so much. And my man Leviathan hit your boy with $10 as well. Said I got kicked off of YouTube, and I'm still here. I'm glad you're still here, broski. That's what's up. Go on and create you another account, man, and watch it again. But yeah. So what happened here? Officer arrives on a domestic, and it appears that this man is arguing with his baby mama about picking up the kids and the kids being able to spend time with him. She's holding back the kids. Dude is like japping out, losing the shit. He's losing his shit. Police have arrived, and they're trying to, I guess it looks like, talk to him. And dude just will not calm down. Now, first, let me say this. This is, number one, this is a dual fault. This is both parties are at fault here. Number one, this dude, this black man, shout out to the brothers, he's a female-raised man because he is out of control for no reason. I understand that he can be upset, but his behavior is out of control. It's ridiculous how he's acting. And you'll see. There we go.
Hey, fuck out of here, bro. I just want my fucking kids. We have no paperwork, we have nothing. They live at 42 Webster Ave.
The kids will be there. Like,
I have all the formula, I have all the water, I have everything they need. I can have my kids. She works tomorrow, I already called that at work. I don't work tomorrow, I can have my fucking kids.
Alright, let's talk to her real quick. We're gonna talk to her.
Bro, like, this is the third time she took my fucking kids from me, man. Why do you think I'm here like this?
I know.
What the fuck? I've done everything for this stupid bitch.
the kids are not going, especially now.
Fuck you, bitch! You can't even take care of your
Oh,
fucking
we got a new
kids.
platform
Why the fuck you think the
supporter.
bitch came to
I
live with
gotta
me?
stop it right now. Let's all welcome Natasha Hawkins. She's on a new level.
I'm on a new level. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on a new level. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on a new level. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on a new level. I'm on a new.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for joining the platform. I appreciate you. That's what's up.
She lives with you, but you picked her out Friday and today.
When did I kick her out, you stupid bitch?
Don't hurt
Suck my fucking dick,
Yo,
nigga.
come on.
Old ass bitch. You disrespectful. Got no respect for your bitch ass.
Man, come on,
That's why your last nigga dragged your bitch ass across the floor.
Come on, bro. Come on, just relax.
Fuck out of here. Bro, yo, I swear to fucking God, my nigga, give me my kids. Yo. Liana, you ain't coming back from this, bitch, I promise you. Not again. You wanna do this? Say less, bitch.
Let him talk, please.
Say less, bitch. What is that?
New Jersey truck jack. Can you run for me, please?
And it's like, my thing is this. I'm cool with you being upset. I'm cool with you wanting to wild out. But number one, the police is here. They on site. In your face. What are you to gain by doing what you're doing? You upset? You pissed off? Fine. Police get there. Oh, my man Cino G is in the house.
I'm on a new level. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on a new level. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on a new level. I'm on it. I'm on it. I'm on a new level. I'm on a new.
New supporter to the platform. That's what's up. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you, Cino G. Yeah, boy.
Bitch, bro. Take my
From
fucking
O
kids.
Block, my man.
Fucking, you trapped me with another fucking kid, then you got take them from me? I say less. Best believe I'm he was the best thing I ever fucking need. Swear to God.
And I told he said, tell my kids tonight that I love them and all of that. And
Bro, I thought you were coming home! You're supposed to be home at 9 o'clock!
Listen to this dude.
Dog, are you a father? Are you a father?
No, but listen.
You're not a father. You don't understand, my nigga. Third time. This is the third time my kids have been taken from me.
Yelling isn't gonna help. Yelling isn't gonna help.
Get the fuck out of here. Put your fucking hands on me, bitch. Get the fuck out of here.
That's it. We gave you a fucking chance, bro.
I gave him a chance to put his hands on me. I gave him a chance to put his hands on me.
We told you to chill out.
shit, my nigga.
Stop resisting, Brandon.
I'm not resisting, yo.
Just relax, please.
That's some bitch ass shit, yo.
Brandon, please relax.
Yo, you saw him punch me in my shit.
Turn around.
Relax.
You saw him punch me in my shit, dog.
You need to relax.
I know, but I need to get you up. Listen.
Relax, please.
Look me in my eye, little nigga.
No, please stop.
Just don't know when to quit. Now, here's my thing, and we're gonna break this down. And JC always jumping ahead, man. Damn it. Here's my thing. Number one of the first things you do on a domestic, as an officer, when you get on the scene, separate the parties. You separate the parties. Yeah, no, it's all good, brother. You separate the parties, and then you say, hey, partner, you take one, I take one. Let's separate them, and then we're going to talk and find out, match up stories, maybe even have to crisscross and do the same thing, and then we'll see what we're going to do. Letting this dude just stand in the hallway, chimping the fuck out, as Tommy would say, but just acting a damn fool, yelling and screaming on the phone. Who do that? Who do that? Our women. So doing that, it's not productive. It ain't getting you nowhere. Letting him stand there and, I told you, bitch, you better, bitch, you a motherfucker, bitch, you a motherfucker, I want my motherfucker kid, bitch, bitch, you can't do it even third time, bitch. I understand the brother's frustrated. I understand he pissed off. He may even want to choke a bitch. Fine. Thing is, you can't do it, especially now because the goddamn police there. So no matter how mad you are, no matter how pissed off your baby mama done got you, you can't do none of the shit you really want to do to her. So why not just calm the fuck down? Police officer should have separated this guy. Take him outside, take him off to the side, another hallway, whatever. Now, here's the other thing. If that dude don't calm down, all bets are off. Fuck that trying to be an understanding officer. Fuck that trying to de-escalate the situation. No. I would have came on that scene. I'd have told him, hey, man, I understand that you upset, but you're going to have to tone this shit down, and you're going to have to talk to me and get the fuck off that phone. Now, if he continues to, oh, fuck that, I could be on my phone, this is my right. Okay, it's your right to be on that phone, but it ain't your right to be causing a disturbance in this place. You keep getting loud, all this shouting and cussing and shit, I'm going to take your ass to jail for disorderly conduct. The choice is yours. You can either shut the fuck up and walk your ass down there while we sort this shit out, or your ass is going to go to jail. Plain and simple. Be mad, be upset, be pissed off, because here's the thing. I'm only gonna give you so much leeway, because at the end of the day, nigga, this your bitch. You shot up that club. You had that baby with this bitch. I get it. She could be the worst bitch in the world. She could be an ain't shit bitch. All of that. But this is your bitch. This your baby mama. This your baby. And just because you two motherfuckers can't get along, that don't mean everybody in the housing complex gotta listen to you run your fucking mouth. There are other people that could be asleep, other people that could be watching motherfucking Sanford and Son, they could be watching 227 or whatever the fuck old 80s or 70s comedy show that they like, and you're disturbing them. You're not gonna do that. Cause you and your baby mama can't get the fuck along. You ain't doing that shit. Plain and simple. Now, make a choice. That's exactly how that shit should have went. But it didn't. This police officer that's initially contacting this dude, he's fucking up by just letting this dude grandstand and make all this goddamn noise. Making all this goddamn rhetoric, all this goddamn noise and shit in the hallway for no fucking reason to be doing it. You out of control, dude. Yeah, I said 227. And he's just standing there trying to let him get it off. You can't do that. You are there to keep the peace.
Here, bro. I just want
Police officers, you out there to keep the peace. You out there to enforce the law. You don't know if any laws have been broken yet, but you damn sure know that the peace has been disturbed, and this motherfucker's doing it right now. Right now.
My fucking kids. We have no paperwork, we have nothing. They live at 42 Webster Ave.
The kids will be there. Like,
I have all the formula, I have all the water, I have everything they need. I can have my kids. She works tomorrow, I already called that at work. I don't work tomorrow, I can have my fucking kids.
All right, let's look.
Because at the end of the day, this is a civil matter. This is a court matter. Nigga, she playing games with your kids and ain't letting you see the kids. You got a custody agreement. Take her to fucking court. But niggas don't want to do that. Niggas want to hold court right here in this little hallway. Say less. That's what niggas want to do. Niggas want to hold court in the hallway.
Oh, like, this is the third time she took my fucking kids from me, man.
See?
Why do you think I'm here like this?
I know.
What the fuck? I done everything for this stupid bitch.
What is that doing for you? Out of control. You out of control, dude.
the kids are not going, especially now.
Fuck you, bitch. You can't even take care of your own fucking kids.
And my thing is this. You doing this with the police there. Imagine if the police wasn't there. Would you not be surprised if this dude would have choked this bitch, stabbed this bitch, shot this bitch? Would you not have been surprised? You cannot let here's the thing about emotions. Because we always say men are emotional. Women are emotional, men are logical. No. Here's the thing. Men are emotional too. And women, to some degree, can be logical. But it's just a tip of the scale. Men are more heavily, we are more heavily grounded in logic. Women are more heavily grounded in emotions. Hence the yin and the yang. Hence is why we have to work together. But emotions are fine. Men can cry, be pissed off, be in love, be whatever. You fuck up, and here's what women fuck up too. When you let your emotions make your decisions is where shit goes left. That's when you're wrong. That's when shit goes wrong and when shit don't work out. Being caught up in your feelings and letting your emotions make those decisions in the moment when you're out of control is what fucks you up. I'm mad. I'm so mad, so I'm going to steal on the bitch. I'm so mad, so I'm going to bust this nigga car windows out. I'm so pissed off, I'm going to shoot the bitch. Right, Chris? I'm so mad. This bitch done pissed me off. I'm going to hit this bitch upside the head with my skateboard because I'm Skeeter Mills. That's exactly what it was. That's exactly what it was. Hold on, Top Shots. I know you're excited. And I'm going to get to the whole thing about the police. Let me break this on down. So that's the problem. And this is where he's at now. And if I was there and this dude, I would have given this dude at least 2 chances to calm the fuck down and lower his fucking voice. You ain't gonna be yelling and japping out in the hallway with me there. I'm in charge now. And I'm bringing some order to this situation. And nigga, I don't know who the fuck you on the phone with, but you wilding the fuck out. You can't be up here making a ruckus and rowdy and bowdy in the hallway, nigga. That's not legal. Thank you, Jason. Yelling is illegal. You can't be doing that. So I would have given them 1 or 2, and then I'd have told them, you going to jail now.
Why the fuck you think the bitch came in there with me?
She next with you, but you kicked her out Friday and today.
When did I kick her out, you stupid bitch?
Don't curse.
Suck my fucking dick, nigga.
Come on.
Old ass bitch, you disrespect your.
And see, here's the problem, the other mistake that the officer's making. Because you're not in control, You letting this nigga get off? He's not doing nothing but escalating, which is what most motherfuckers who act out of emotion do. When you let your emotions control your decisions, this is what they do. You don't do nothing but keep ramping up, leveling up. That's just all that. That's just what it is. You let them keep going, and they ain't gonna do nothing but keep going up, 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 up. Especially when there's some cameras involved. You know our niggas' cameras are like catnip to niggas. They can't resist it. They just drawn to it. They're like a moth to a flame. If they see the potential of a nigga going live, they gonna act all the way the fuck up. Niggas turn into Shakespeare. To be or not to be, that is the question. Something is rotten in the state of Denmark. That's what they gonna do.
I have no respect for your bitch ass.
Man, come on.
That's why your last nigga dragged your bitch ass across the floor.
Come on, bro. Come on, just relax.
Fuck out of here. Bro, yo, I swear to fucking God, my nigga, give me my kids. Yo. Rihanna, you ain't coming back from this, bitch, I promise you.
Did he say her name was Rihanna? This nigga Chris, you know they ain't released this nigga name. This nigga Chris Brown and Rihanna in the hallway. They said that's what this nigga said her name was.
Rihanna, you ain't coming back from this, bitch, I promise you. Not again. You wanna do this? Say less, bitch.
Let him talk, please.
Let him talk, please. No.
New Jersey contact. Can you run it for me, please? And owner information.
Bitch, bro. Take my fucking kids? My fucking, you trapped me with another fucking kid, then you got take them from me? I say less. Best believe I was. He was the best to say that.
Really?
Swear to God.
And I told him, he said, tell my kids tonight that I love them and all of that. And
Bro, I thought you were coming home!
Listen to him.
You're supposed to be home at 9 o'clock!
Come on.
Dog, are you a father? Are you a father?
No, but listen.
You're not a father. You don't understand, my nigga. Third time. This is the third time my kids have been taken from me.
Yelling is gonna help. Yelling is gonna help.
Get the fuck out of here. Put your fucking
Rum pa pa bum, rum pa pa bum, rum pa pa bum. Man down, oh mama, mama, mama. I just slapped a man down in this old hallway in front of a big old crowd. Why? Why? Oh, mama, 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 I just slapped a man down in this old hallway. He slapped the fuck out that nigga. He basically told him, hey man, what did the 5 fingers say to the face? Slap. He hit that nigga with the Hulk smash. Now, getting to his motherfucker, Officer Spencer Finch. Here is the problem. Number one, and like I said, this is just me seeing the video footage that I see. I don't know of any precursor to it, but the thing was, Officer Finch, you dead wrong. Like Biggie in his song, you're dead wrong. The weak and the strong, who got it going on? You're dead wrong. Yo, Finch, you're dead wrong. Officer Finch should not have slapped this motherfucker like he did. But if you notice, he says, is you a father? Is you a father? Do you know what the fuck I'm talking about? And Officer Finch was like, I am a father. Let me show your ass what a daddy do, nigga. So, oh my God. He fucked up. Officer Finch should not have done that. He should not have done that. Here's when if you gonna go hands on, my thing is, unless somebody's fighting in the moment, you always give these motherfuckers the opportunity to get their shit together. You give him the opportunity, and he did not. I don't know if he was pissed off. I don't know if he was just mad at this nigga, but he walloped that motherfucker.
Yelling is gonna help.
Are you a father?
No, but
You're
listen.
not a father. You don't understand, my nigga.
You don't understand, my
This is the
nigga.
third time my kids have been taken from me.
Yelling is yelling in the hole.
My kids have been taken from me.
Yelling is yelling in the hole.
From me.
Yelling is yelling in the hole. Yelling in the hole.
My kids have been taken from me.
Yelling is yelling in the hole. Hole. Yelling. Yelling in the hole.
Fuck out here.
Yeah, he slapped the shit out of his ass.
Get the fuck out from me.
Yelling is yelling in the hole.
From me.
Yelling is yelling in the hole. Yelling
From me.
Yelling is yelling in the hole. Yelling in the hole.
God damn, he gave that motherfucker that shit. He gave that motherfucker that shit. That was what you call a wallop. That's some old school shit right there. You ever heard of a wallop? That was a wallop of a slap. That was he hit that motherfucker. He got that motherfucker up in here. Like he gave that nigga some he gave that nigga like a head slap in a wrestling match. He hit that motherfucker with that King Kong Bundy. Oh. Woo-wee. He gave him now all of that connected all up in here. He was like, yeah, boy, I'm gonna give you whada. He was like, he gave it to him. And he was so intentional with it that he slapped him and let him take it. He didn't like slap him and then go all the way down with him. He slapped him like, come on back, nigga, let's get it. So he had been wanting to give him this for quite some time. I'm just saying. Yeah, he fucked him up. That was a fucked up slap. That motherfucker was supposed to be like, that's he supposed to be, boy. That shit was, he slapped that motherfucker hard, nigga. That was a hell of a slap. That was a slap with a muff. He smuffed that motherfucker as a slap and a muff combined. He like smuff, nigga. What the fuck?
This is the third time my kids have been taken from me.
Yelling is yelling in the hole.
I am a father.
Get the fuck out.
Yelling in the hole. Yelling in the hole. Yelling in the hole. Hole. Yelling in the 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 hole.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness, boy. Now, this is what pissed me off. Soon as a motherfucker about to go to jail, and this happens all the time with domestic. This is classic. I'm gonna say women are just wired with this shit. Soon as a motherfucker goes off and about to get arrested, all the women start doing is yelling and crying and screaming, talking about don't hurt him, talking about just stop resisting, just don't do it, leave him alone, he didn't do nothing, all the fucking time. I don't know why women do that. What is it about women? Can some women in the audience please tell me what is the fascination with y'all getting so fucking riled up once the nigga about to go to jail? Cause all this time he in the hallway talking about say less, talking about you got kids. No, you don't know what the fuck you talking about, my nigga. You don't know what the fuck I'm going through, my nigga. This is my third time, my nigga. Rihanna, you gonna pay for this, bitch. Then once it's man down, rum pum pum pum, rum pum pum pum, rum pum pum pum. Now it's, oh Lord Jesus, don't take her, Lord, don't take her, please. Stop resisting, please, don't do it. Now you yelling and screaming uncontrollably. It's like, why? And yes, Jason, a lot of times the women will get involved and start doing the same stupid shit when they'll attack the fucking police. They will attack the police officer and be like, "Don't get off him, don't do it, don't." It's like, what the fuck? It's weird, man. It is weird as shit. But whatever. Listen.
That's it. We gave you a fucking chance, bro.
I gave him a chance to put his hands on me. I gave him a chance to put his hands on me.
We told you to chill out so we can solve the problem. That's it.
You didn't record him, hit me.
You hear him? You record me? You record this? That live shit. It's crazy. It's crazy. Motherfuckers, when they start getting their ass whooped or they get into an altercation with the police, first thing they thinking about, are you recording this? This is the culture we've gone to. We moved into this stage to where this is what society is. This is exactly what it is now. This is exactly what it is.
That's some bitch ass shit, bro.
Yo,
That's some bitch ass shit,
bro.
my nigga.
And it's like, even once now they got the cuffs on you, this shit is over. It's over. Once you get the cuffs on, game over. That's it. But what does a nigga do? I'm gonna keep talking shit. And that's fine. You want to keep talking shit. I get it. And here's the thing where the officer was dead ass wrong again.
I'm not resisting, yo.
Just relax, please.
That's some bitch ass shit, yo.
Brandon, please relax.
Yo, you saw him punch me in my shit.
Turn around.
Relax.
I gotta do.
He said his name was Brandon. He didn't punch you. He slapped the fuck out you like a bitch. That's what he did. He did not punch you, sir. He slapped the fuck out of you. He slapped you in your face with a muff on the side. He gave you he gave you a 5-piece slap with an order of muff on the side. That's what he gave you. Yes, you definitely got a 5-piece. 5 tenders. You got a 5-piece tender across your face, nigga, with a side order of muff. That's what you got. So let's just be clear, because we don't want to lie. We want to tell the truth. That's what happened. Yes? Yes, that's what happened.
You saw him punch me in my shit, dog.
You need to relax.
I know, but I need to get you up. Listen.
Relax, please.
Look me in my eye, little nigga.
No, please stop.
There it is. That's where, and it's like this. This is where shit, you went way too fucking far. I don't give a fuck what the situation is. Like, as far as the slap, the 5-piece tender, I don't know what happened before that could have sparked that, but that was wrong from what I've seen in the footage. He totally uncalled for. The fact that your partner wasn't as aggressive and wasn't telling this motherfucker what time it was, that shit was fucked up. So you coming in and slapping this dude, give him a 5-piece tender with a side order of muff, that's bogus as hell. However, once you got the cuffs on him and he's cuffed and down, the fight is over. What the fuck you gonna need this man in the face for? That's some that I'm telling you right now. That's the same thing I said about George Floyd. All that shit they did to George Floyd before they got them cuffs on him, go head on. He earned it. He was asking for it, and he got it. Give it to him. If George Floyd, before he got cuffed, wasn't complying, was resisting, passive-aggressive resistance, whatever you want to call it, give that motherfucker a 22-piece spicy for all I care. Once you get them cuffs on, game over. You got him. There's no reason to hit him anymore. There's no reason to sit on him. There was no reason for this dude to knee this dude in the fucking face with his cuffs on behind his back, and my man is sitting on the floor. That's some bogus ass shit. That's some pussy ass shit. That's exactly what that is.
I know, but I need to get you up. Listen.
Look me in my eye, little nigga. Fucking stop.
No, please stop.
That
Look
shit
in my
was fucked
shit,
up.
dog.
I know, but I need to get you up. Listen.
Look me in my eye, little nigga. Fucking
I know, but I need to get you up. Listen.
Look at that shit.
look me in my eye, little nigga. Fucking stop. Fucking stop. Look me in my eye, little nigga. Fucking stop. Look me in my eye, little nigga. Fucking stop. Look me in my eye, little nigga. Fucking stop.
Yeah, that shit was bogus. A motherfucker, let me explain something. A cheap shot is when a motherfucker ain't looking and you still on their ass. That's a cheap shot. A puss ass nigga, hoe ass nigga shot is when you got a man cuffed and he can't defend himself, he can't protect himself, and he can't even respond. So all that motherfucking that aggression, that energy that you giving him, he can't even return it. He can't even return it. Have y'all seen that police video? It's a few years old. That police video where that police officer is there at the house with the mama and the daughter and the son is talking cash shit, like I'll whoop your ass, and the police calls his bluff and say, you think you want some? You want to get some? And he take his shit off and he fucks that dude up real quick. That's saying, okay, I want some. He asking for it, I'ma give it to him. Let's do it. He should. I hope he didn't get fired for that, but he shouldn't have. But it's a few years old. But that motherfucker fucked that dude up real quick because he was asking for it. So I get that. He wasn't cuffed or nothing like that. Like, come on, let's square up. I'm gonna wrap your ass up real quick. There it is. Now you talking that badge and gun shit. Ain't no badge, ain't no gun. I'm fucking your ass up in this little area. But this right here, hey man, if that dude loses his job, he did it to himself. And in this climate, I don't see anything but that happening. I would not be so, well, here's what I see is gonna happen. Not only is he gonna lose his job, he gonna lose his job and he gonna get prosecuted. And he gonna get prosecuted. So it's like, you got that shit, that type of shit going on. You got a fucking domestic, and in all that shit, you felt the need to, once you got this motherfucking cuss, knee to the face. Come on, dude. That's unacceptable. That's some fuck shit right there. If I ain't never seen it before, that is some fuck shit right there. That officer is gonna lose his pension. He was on the force for 17, 18 years. He gonna lose his pension and he gonna lose his job and go fuck around and get some time. And even in the news article, they said he's had some complaints about him being using excessive force before. So it's like, now you got the shit on, and he didn't record. He had his camera off, but his partner had the camera on. And then, here's to add insult to injury, he goes and does the police report, and in the police report, he totally lies in the police report. So it's like, they got you, dude. They got you. Unless you crazy or some shit like that, or you got some mental health shit going on or some shit like that, dude, it's a fucking wrap. They had that dude locked up for like 15 days. He just got out of jail on not probation, but on bond. So it's like, why would you? And I know why you did it, because you've been doing the shit for so long. You think you can get away with it. You think this how I do it. And that's just not. And they said that about, they had a lot of complaints about this police department in Paterson, New Jersey. So it's like, that's a part of the culture. However, in today's climate, that shit ain't working. Y'all need to switch it up and cut the bullshit out, because what's gonna happen is a lot of y'all motherfuckers gonna lose y'all jobs. And this right here is gonna be one of those instances where people can say, see, this is what the police do to you. And I totally agree. This is a fucked up situation. This was poor police work. This was a terrible fucking call that these officers, they handled it terribly. The only thing they could have did to make this shit worse was to shoot and kill the brother. But I don't feel sorry for the dude, because he was an asshole. He was being a dick on purpose. But the fact that he was out of control from the beginning is the problem with niggas. We want to hold court in the streets, and we want to act like fucking women when we get pissed off, and get mad when we don't get treated and allow or given the leeway that they give women. Because if that was a woman, they wouldn't have did all that shit. They wouldn't have met her ass with a 5-piece tender with a side order a month. That wouldn't have happened to her. But niggas who are raised by these females, who are female-raised men, they get into this shit and they think this shit is sweet, and they think this is how it goes, and they can act like this with no consequences. Then when they get that 5-piece tender with that side order, that's fucked up, man. Man, that's some pussy ass shit, man. Man, that's fucked up that you did that shit, man. You motherfucker, punk ass motherfucker. Nigga, the fuck was the purpose of you standing in the hallway yelling and screaming, talking about Rihanna, you gonna get yours? Basically threatening the motherfucker. Shit is stupid. Shit is straight fucking stupid. And the fact that this dude put himself in that situation is one thing, which is why I said it's partially his fault. But the other part of that is the police officer acted all the way the fuck out of pocket. And he did this shit on purpose. You talking about an officer that's been in the motherfucking game for 17, 18 years. You know exactly what the fuck you doing. Yeah, I agree. This ain't no training issue. This ain't bad training. This motherfucker's a seasoned veteran. This motherfucker damn near got 20 years on the job. This is you losing your cool and you not being a fucking professional. That's what this is. And they said in the report too, I mean, not in the report, but in the news article, they said that this dude was hitting them with the fucking flashlight too, which is not allowed. Can't do that shit. I couldn't see it in the video, so I'm not gonna say one way or the other if that did happen. But that's what was said in the fucking in the news article, which could fucking absolutely be wrong. I got to take that shit with a grain of fucking salt. But that shit was bogus as hell, and the fact that they did that shit, and the fact that that dude lost his fucking cool like that, hey man, you gonna get what you get, cause you should know better. This shit just happened, what was it, May 27th. With all of the shit that's taking place over the past year and a half, 18 months or whatever, you should know better, dude, to do some shit like this, lie on the fucking police report, and your partner got body cam footage. So that's what happened. Let's see what we have for time. Oh, I got a little time. Hey, you guys want me to I can open up the lines if you guys want to come and give me your thoughts on it. Matter of fact, let me set that up real quick. Hold up. Wait. To my niggas who be thinking we soft, we gon' take. We gon' rock it till the wheels fall off. Hold up. Wait. All right, hold on for a second. Let me go ahead and do this. What's going on, everybody out there in the internet world? It's me, Brian Redmond, also known as the Relationship Rehab. And I need you to do two things. What are those two things? Subscribing to both my channels. I need you to go to the Relationship Rehab, subscribe to that channel, and then I need you to go to United Guns of America and go to that channel. Now you may be asking, why would I do that, Brian? Because it's two of the hottest channels on the internet. Come over there, give me your thoughts, give me your opinions, have conversations, because that's what it's all about. We talk about some of everything. Politics, relationships, guns, law enforcement, community stuff. Anything that's happening, I'm willing to have a conversation about it. So come on over. You don't got nothing else to lose, and you ain't got nothing else to do. So come to my channel, subscribe ASAP, and join in on the fun. Twice the entertainment, 2 channels, twice the fun. Come on and have a funky good time with your boy. Peace, and I'm out.
Okay. We got it. Hang on one second. Let me go ahead and do this. And we'll change that to that guy. And me to that guy. And then I think, oh yeah, I gotta wait and then I can add it. All right, I think I got it set up. There is the link. And I'll put it over here too. There we go. Yeah. So yeah, I got maybe a couple, 1 or 2 calls. If you guys want to call in and just give me your thoughts on it, we could do that. I don't get to do that often. So let me know what you think. But that was just my biggest thing about this, and I was really surprised that not that an officer did this, but that an officer that well seasoned did this. I was really shocked at the fact that that dude lost his cool like that to where he did that shit. I was just like, really? This guy's gonna go all out like that? Like, man, come on. You doing way too much. Way too much. Hey, yes, I did, Honest Texan. I did get your email and I did check out the channel. I saw it. So yes, I did, good sir. I checked you out. But yeah, it was really something just to see, like, why would you just go this extra mile to do something like this? I get the fact that you may be pissed off, but you should be more pissed off at your partner letting this motherfucker wild the fuck out. Why would you let this dude go on and on and on like he was for no reason? Like, I'm not gonna let anybody be out of control around me as a police officer. I'm just not gonna do it because of what can happen. Things like this happens. This is what happens when this shit goes left. You have things that shit gets, and I'm telling you time and time again, this is why it's so important when you the officer and you arrive on the scene, you need to get in control ASAP. Everybody needs to know who's in control once you get there. Because when you don't do that shit, this is what happens. This is what happens. Some shit like this where somebody gets pissed off. I think the officer did. He was fucking pissed off. He was fed up. He like, man, this dude is going on and on because, and that's why I said I wish I could have saw the entire footage. And that's why I said I know that this is one of those situations where the fucking media want to spin this shit their way. This is the bullshit that the media be on. They'll cut out just that little part. Just like how they did with George Floyd. For the first 3 months, that motherfucking only footage that you saw was just the actual footage of them having him on the ground. All of the shit that took place before, all of that footage that existed at the same time, why y'all only releasing this little bit? How come I can't get all of the footage? I need to get all of the boy. This boy, I love this thing here, boy. Goddamn fool. Let's do it, baby. Let's do it. Hold on, bro. Let me get you up here. We in for a treat tonight. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for my man, Jason Gunn. Go ahead, bro.
What's going on, big dog?
What's happening, bro? How you doing?
I'm straight, man. You
Yeah, I
like
see
my
you.
video?
I see
just
you
got
having a
just
good
picked
hair
it up.
day. I see you having a good hair day, brother. I see
Yeah,
it.
bro.
I see
Look, I went to the dresser today too, man. I had to pay for this, man.
it. Top shelf. Nothing but the best for my
Nothing
boy.
but the top shelf,
Yes,
straight
sir.
Korean.
Yes, sir. So give me your thoughts on this, man. You are
Yeah.
you are not former, but you're a law enforcement officer. Go ahead and let me know what you think.
Well, first and foremost, I apologize for stepping ahead of you there.
Oh
But
no, it's all good. It's all good. We great minds think alike.
yeah, but basically, you got to separate them.
Yep.
That's number one. You got
Yes.
to separate.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
If because they didn't separate them, that's why everything happened the way it happened.
Yeah.
It's not bad training. It's just failure to do your job.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
You're right.
There's no training that they can go through to correct what they did. They already had the training.
Yep.
Remember that song "Keep It Separated"? Remember long time ago, there was a song called "Keep It Separated." Well, it was a punk rock song or something like that. But that's what we used. That's what when I went to school, that's what the instructor said to us, and it stuck in our minds.
Right.
It's like a mental thing. Yeah. But first thing you do is you got to separate them, and that's where they failed. And again, it's not training.
Yeah,
it's has nothing to do with training.
Yep, I agree. That because that's one of the things too. That's something that you and your partner work out. Like when you partnered up with somebody, because everybody has their strengths and their weaknesses. And when you have your partner, those are things that literally when you in the car, those are things that y'all hashing out and talking about. Hey man, so if it's such and such that happens, how do you handle those? Or I handle it this way, or I handle it that way. Or when it comes up, and a domestic would be, so man, when we go on a domestic, how do you want to handle it? What you want me to do? You know what I'm saying? And they'll tell you like, hey man, look, first thing we'll do is separate them. Then you get the story over here, and I get the story over there. Whoever takes who. If for some reason something goes left and we got to put the cuffs on somebody, hey, drop what you're doing. You come over here, we get the cuffs on this one. And if the other one acting up, we get the cuffs on that one. It's just one of those things where you have it worked out already. And it's like the fact that they didn't, and that dude got pissed off at this guy in the hallway and shit. And but nigga, you ain't got that. And that shit, he just heard too much. And was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
Gave him the 5-piece tender, side order a muff. There you have it.
That's
put the knee on him. Yeah.
And you're absolutely correct.
Yeah.
When you partner up with somebody and you don't, before you go to a call, if the call comes in domestic, you say, okay, I'm going to be lead. I'll take lead. You watch my back.
Yep.
So meaning that I'm going to take lead to probably the female. More than likely, it's going to be the female that you're going to take lead to.
Yep.
And then if the guy is just sitting there cool, calm, and collective, it's okay. But if the guy is being hostile, like this guy here, passive aggressive.
Yeah.
The first thing he did was when he was shaking his hands, he had his hands kind of cuffed a little bit. And that was a red flag.
Yeah.
When he hit the wall, that was the time to put him in cuffs to protect him. Yep. And you can always unarrest somebody.
Yep.
But you put him in cuffs and protect him as much as you can.
Yeah.
Because when the police show up on the scene, they are responsible for everybody involved.
Yep.
Everybody.
Very true.
So, the bad thing they didn't separate him. When he saw the signs, the flags, the guy still didn't do anything. Yeah. So the guy that was with him was probably a rookie.
Yeah.
And the other guy, he was a seasoned officer, I'm sure.
Yep.
But in law enforcement, I'm just going to be honest with you. White officers tend to get away with a lot of stuff. So it is what it is. This is America.
When you say get away with a lot of stuff, how so? What do you give me an example?
white officers tend to get away with things, not following policy, not doing what they're supposed to do, assaulting people, not even heavy assault, just like you elbowed the guy or you slammed him down on the ground or you can't abuse the person. You can't do that. So go ahead.
So you saying that as opposed to officers of color or black officers or Latino officers, they get held accountable for those things that white officers don't get held accountable for?
Yes, I am saying that. Exactly. Yes. Yes, I am. Because I've seen it.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So
and unfortunately, this is America, and it is what it is. Because if they was in their country, the police would have just killed them. So it is what it is. So, I mean, and he's gotten away with it. Apparently, he's done this before. And that's why I said a black officer on a predominantly white police force would have been punished right away the first time he did something. Latino people are white people, so I don't consider them brown and nothing like that. They are Caucasians. So that's just me.
So I guess my thing would be, it's like I totally believe to some degree that there is favoritism. I definitely would say that. Yeah. And it's like, I guess one of my thing is, we know that police officers or just the institution of law enforcement has changed over the years. It has been a lot of, there's been a lot of changes in how the job is done, how the job is approached. But I would say that I believe that depending on where you're at and what type of department that you're in,
I agree.
The amount of the ratio that you, if you will, of black to white, Latino to white, whatever it is that you want to call it, Asian, you can throw that in there too. When you're talking about policing in your community, policing your own and things like that, I believe that there is that's one of the lost things that's went wrong about police officers. It used to be where police officers literally police their own. The neighborhood that you grew up in, the neighborhood that you lived in, was the neighborhood that you policed. And
go
ahead.
And I agree with that. But see, the problem here, Brian, is that a lot of police officers don't police their own neighborhoods.
Right. That's what I was getting to.
And they've gotten away. They've gotten away of that because officers were being harassed at night. They were being threatened, and a lot of things were happening. So I know in a lot of districts, that places that I've been, the officers are not from that neighborhood, and they're not familiar with the type of people that live in that neighborhood, which is kind of bad. But that's when I believe police officers should be on foot beats, not driving in a car with their windows rolled up with the AC blowing.
Yeah. Well, I
foot
believe
beats, that's what I believe in.
I believe that. I don't think that in a particular department, in a certain area, community, or whatever, I don't think that all of the police officers should live in that community. But I think that there should be, it should be 60%. 60% of your police officers that's in your community actually live in your community or something like that, because you can, I think you should transfer officers here and there. Hey, you go work over here and you go work over there. But I think that ratio, it should be some type of percentage of size, or at least half of your police officers in your district, in your neighborhood, should be living in that neighborhood. Because I believe that when you live in your own neighborhood, a police officer will, you look at it different. It hits different because it's your block, it's your neighbor's house, it's 2 blocks over from where your kids go to school, and because of that, you have more of it. You have more invested as a police officer in that community. So that's why I believe that there should be some percentage of officers living in the communities that they actually police in. So.
Well, here in DC, Brian, when I first got here, they had the officer teacher program next door. where officers were getting houses really cheap, but they were putting them in bad places
Yeah.
throughout DC.
Yeah.
And it kind of worked out in a sense because some DC officers can take their vehicles home, but then some were getting broken into and vandalized and things like that. So I know in DC they kind of moved away from that.
Right.
In other areas, sometimes in around in the counties around here, the officers are authorized to take their vehicles home, but no officers going to want to buy a house, especially with their own money.
Yeah.
In a bad area, that's just not going to happen.
Yeah.
Because they have children too. They have families.
That's very true. And here's what let's just say if I was the mayor of a city, I had my own city that I'm running. So when you do have those areas that are like that, one of the things that you can do is you establish tactical units for those high crime areas, and you put more of your officers in those areas to the point to where people like, man, is it to where the area seems like it's hot. Like, man, what the fuck happened? Is it police officer? Did somebody get shot, or is somebody dead, or some police officer get shot? There's police officers everywhere. You get a strong presence like that in a community that is a high crime area. Like when people talk about what's going on in Chicago, people talk about what's going on in all these high crime areas in Detroit, Baltimore, all that kind of stuff. When you put in a high concentrated volume of police officers in a particular high crime area, you can fight that battle. That's how you start to turn it around. When they see, damn, even if some shit go down, because there's so many officers in the area, response time is now goes from 3 to 5 minutes. Now it's 1 to 3 minutes. Now, like you said, you got to detail the police officers that's walking the beat. Now, instead of me looking for a police car, I got to look for an officer hopping a motherfucking fence and coming over through my backyard. Because they know the area and they walk in that area. So when they hear something going on, when they see something going on, people see, hey, you see them boys over there just went around the corner. They was looking in cars. You got a police officer that's walking around there on the radio saying, hey, I need 2 units over here. I'm 3 blocks west of Halsted or whatever. And you got units responding too. So if them young boys do act crazy, by the time they get up enough courage to bust a move, you got 2-3 cars already on the scene. Like, yeah, what the fuck y'all want to do? And attack unit on the way. I got the gang crime unit on the way. So y'all want to do this? Let's do it. That's how I agree. Yeah, that's how you go after shit.
And I agree with everything you have said, 100%. The problem is the pay.
Yeah.
The problem is children wanting to be or wanting to grow up to be police officers.
Yep.
With what they see today, especially on social media, because nobody sees the cop that goes in the neighborhood only on a few videos and plays basketball or baseball or sits down and has drinks with the kids, or we don't see that. The only thing we see today are police officers, abusing people, shooting people. And I get it. Some of the shootings, to me, are justified.
Yeah.
Like absolutely. A lot of them are justified to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm not thinking like a citizen does. Citizens think differently. And I'm not trying to disregard how anybody feels or anybody thinks. Right. I understand. But you have to know the policies. Remember a long time ago when I got on here and I said to both you and Tommy that when was the last time you went down to the police department and talked to anybody or went to a meeting or had a meeting with an officer there?
Yep.
And people don't do this. People don't want the police to help them. I personally wish that the police would go on strike. Every cop stopped working for a whole month. Every cop. Let's see what happens.
See what happens. And you know what? It's one of those things where people don't even realize, and this is because of our responsibility as civilians, our responsibility as just the everyday people. we will listen to what somebody say, but we don't watch what they do. All of these people that talk about defunding the police, all of these people that these politicians that are talking about we can defund the police, we can put in social workers to come and help de-escalate. These are all people that do one or two things. They either live in a glass bubble in their white ivory towers, or they're being paid by a group that's living in a bubble in their own white ivory towers, if not both. And these people are believing it, and we drinking the Kool-Aid, and y'all the ones that's in the hood. Y'all the ones that got y'all cousins dying, y'all nephews dying, y'all sons dying, and y'all drinking the Kool-Aid thinking that the police being defunded would make things better, as if criminals are going to stop committing crimes.
Nope.
It's stupid.
I mean,
if you
just
really
like
thought about it, you would be that's just like defunding the police department would be the same thing as defunding the fire department, defunding the medical field. Why would you do something that's providing a service for safety? If there's problems with your department, address the problems. Don't defund it. That's stupid to do that when you're talking about public safety. The people you call when some shit get hurt, when somebody get hurt, something gets stolen, something get broken, something gets crashes into another, you want to defund that for what reason? Makes no sense. But when you just going along with that's what they said. Yeah, we should do that. You just listening to what somebody says and running with it, thinking that that's the right thing to do without even doing any research on it and without thinking it through. It's what you get.
Well, that also goes with saying that man, I just lost my train of thought. I totally agree with what you're saying, because you can't defund the police. That's just stupid.
Yep. And it's like
the people that are saying it are the ones that are committing the crime.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what I was going to say. And people don't understand. The police are not there to protect people. They're there to protect property. I keep telling people that.
Yep.
They're not there the police do not protect people.
Exactly.
They do not protect people. They enforce the law and protect property. So when you just like you said, it's a civil matter. That the police are not obligated. They can't tell either party what to do. What they're trying to find out is, did somebody hit somebody? And who lives here? So if nobody hit nobody and she lives there, you got to go.
Yep.
Because you're yelling and you're disturbing the peace, which is illegal.
Exactly.
That's all they're trying to figure out.
Yep.
Who got hit? And who lives there? That's it. Once they find out those two things, he can yell all the obscenities he wants. She can yell all the obscenities she wants.
Yep.
Who lives here? You don't live here? You got to go. If you don't leave, then you get locked up. You get locked up for trespassing. Just about every establishment, restaurant, apartment complex, everybody has a no trespassing law. Whether you see the sign or not, there's a no trespassing law there. If you don't live there, you're not supposed to be there without reason.
Yep.
It's against the law. It's illegal.
And that's why I always tell people this. Every time you deal with the police, you got two things on the line: your freedom and your life. And we don't know the law. I don't know why we think we shouldn't learn it. We shouldn't try to learn it. We shouldn't try to even have we don't even have a general understanding of the law. We just so busy and so caught up in this ain't right, they wrong, that ain't right, and they didn't do nothing. That's why we wind up in so many of these bad situations. Because if you knew that me yelling and cursing people out in this hallway is disturbing the peace and I'm breaking the law and I should chill, maybe you would have, and you wouldn't have got slapped across the face with a muff.
I mean, I understand him being upset. I get it. I've been there. Well, not me personally, but I've been to these domestic calls before.
Yeah.
I understand what you're saying.
Yep.
I can't do anything. I can't make her give those kids to you. I can't do that.
Yep.
What I can do is if you're acting a fool, I can make you leave. And if you don't want to leave, I'm going to lock you up. See,
Exactly.
I'm not like a lot of cops. I tell you one time. That's it.
That's it.
There's no two times.
I
not
don't
gonna
do it
sit
once.
there.
I give you 3. I ask you, I tell you, then I make you. So I ain't nice like
I mean,
ain't
no,
nice
no.
like boss.
And I have nothing against that. I understand. I'm
Yep.
going to tell you once.
Yeah.
Once you disrespect what I just told you, you're getting locked up.
You're going to jail now. That's
You're going to jail now.
Shout out to my
You're
brother.
going to
Tom.
jail.
You're going
Shout
to
out to
jail
Tom
now.
Sotomayor. You're
Yes,
going
sir.
to jail. Because I'm telling you, bro, I'm not going to play with you. I'm telling you. That's why I try to tell these young dudes, y'all need to chill with this emotional thing.
Yeah, man.
Y'all need to let that go.
Big time,
Because them
man.
emotions gonna get you put 6 feet under.
Yep.
Because some people don't. They just see. I'm not tolerable of that. I'm too old.
Yeah.
I ain't got time for that.
Yep. I
It's
feel you,
easier
bro.
for me to lock you up and you go to jail because you disobeyed the order,
Yep.
or you're trespassing, or you broke the law.
Yep.
Let the courts deal with you. If that's where you want to be, that's where I'm going to put you.
Yep.
I want to go home.
And he could have easily, and people, I know people are watching this, and you be watching this on the replay. You be like, well, what should he have done then? Here's what he should have done. And you tell me if you disagree with this or not, Jason.
Go, brother.
He should have, once the officers got there, him wilding out, talking crazy, talking shit, whatever he was doing, fine. Once those officers get on the scene, he should have explained to the officer what was going on, the fact that his kids had not was being withheld from him for whatever reason, got an actual police report, and then he could have took her back to court and brought that evidence to court and says, hey, judge, this is why I'm here. Here's what's been happening. And just for me to prove that this has been happening, I have an actual incident where the police were called, and here's a report stating exactly what happened.
Yep. You're absolutely right. And even something to just add to that, have your damn decree in your pocket. Mm-hmm. If you've been going through, he said it wasn't the first time.
Yep.
So he should have had he should at least had some paperwork on him to show the police officer, look, this is what. Now, if he would have had that paperwork, those officers would have had to enforce that call.
Yep.
So that's a hint for y'all. Yep. If you're going through this and you're having issues, have your child support, whatever they call it,
your custody agreement. Have
your custody agreement
right there
with you
to say, hey, here's what the judge said. This is the second time that this has happened, which is why I called the police. And here's what I want. Either give me my kids and give me a report so that I can take this one back to court to show that she is violating the custody agreement.
Once you, and everybody got a phone. You can put it on your phone.
Yep.
Once you show the officer that decree and they fail to do their job, then you just ask to speak to the supervisor and you keep going up. The one thing you don't want to do is rehash the court in the hallway.
Exactly. Don't hold court
do
in
that.
The hallway. Don't hold court in the street. Don't hold court in the gas station. Don't hold court in the Quickie Mart. Don't hold court nowhere else but in court.
In court.
Don't
ever hold court outside of court, because I'm telling you, you're going to lose. You're going to get shot, killed, or locked up. One of them three going to happen to you. Shot, killed, or locked up. Don't hold court in the street. You're going to lose it. And people just don't get that. I don't understand. They just stupid. And that's what it is. They're living in this delusion and they just can't come out of it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but have your divorce decree. I mean, your decree with you if you're having issues. I knock on wood. I was divorced. I never had. Well, I married a half breed, so I was okay.
Yeah,
but
she had some sense.
Yeah, I had. Yeah, she had a little sense. So and both of us are police officers. So her career and my career. So I never had that issue. But again, I've been to several. Over my 30 years, I've been there.
Yeah.
And I've seen it up front, up close.
Time again, yeah.
And at FLETC, what they teach you when you go to FLETC, you get a scene where you go in and the lady's got a black eye. The guy is sitting at the desk with a bat next to the desk. You can rarely see the bat. So what you do when you go in, first thing first, what do? Separate them.
Yep.
And then, and after we did all of that and we went through the whole scenario, we locked the guy up and put him outside. I just asked the lady if she needed to go to the hospital. And then the instructor's like, well, you're not going to sit there and ask her what happened and how she feels? I said, no, because I'm not a counselor. I said, but let me get on the radio and I'll call a social worker here. So I got on the radio and I said, can we have a social worker respond to this location? And he just looked at me like, damn, you're right.
Yeah.
I'm not a counselor.
Right.
I'm not there to counsel you. I'm not there to console your ass.
Yep.
I'm there to enforce the law.
Yeah.
And people think cops are counselors. Ain't no counselor gonna show up in DC, Baltimore, or Richmond before the police do and try and solve any issue. That ain't gonna happen. Because now, even before, the counselor's got to call the police to show up with them.
Yep. Hey.
The fire department has to call the police. The first aid department has to call the police before they get to a scene if it's a hostile scene.
Yeah. Hey, I like that, man. I think we're going to have to get a shirt with that. Get a shirt that says, cops ain't counselors.
Cops ain't counselors.
Cops ain't counselors.
Sorry.
That'll be a good show. That'll be a good shirt there, Doc. I like that, man. But
you know, like,
ahead. I'm going to bring you in this next person, man.
All right, go ahead. Okay, thanks a lot, Brian.
I appreciate you, brother. Love you, man. Thank you so much,
Love you too. Love you too, brother. Thank you for having me.
Keep rocking that wig, my nigga. Keep rocking it.
Hey, I got my Tom Cruise on standby.
Tom Cruise.
Hey, look, that's what
he's Tom Cruise.
That's when I'm in my Mustang, my convertible. I got the Tom Cruise.
Free falling. I'm free falling.
Yeah, baby. You going to jail now.
Peace out, man.
All right.
Oh, let's see. All right, let's go. Dion, what's happening, Captain?
What's going on, brother?
Nothing much, man. Go ahead, give me your thoughts. It's dark in there, man. Let me shrink this down. Make sure you ain't got no going
brother,
on.
Can you hear me good?
You go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, so here's how you handle that damn call. Because I've been on a million of them damn calls.
Okay.
And it's one of them things where I disagree with our brother Tommy. I'm a Tommy fan too, but I disagree with him on the you not gonna get no good service from black cops, black people. That little argument. We didn't have that argument before, me and him. But anyway, you resolve that by this. When you get to that call, you saw that brother acting that way. As another black man, you already know what he's going through with the kids. This is easy to resolve. First of all, you separate them by telling my man, look, man, where is your custody paperwork at? In the car. Let me and you gonna go outside and get your paperwork. My partner's gonna stay in here with old girl. And he's gonna talk to her. I'm separating you that way. Now, on the same note, I love using psychology on brothers and saying, I'm in agreement with you. Even if I'm not in agreement with them, I need to calm his ass down. So I'm gonna tell him, if you're right, I'm gonna work this out for you. If you're right, let's go get the paperwork. Now, the truth be told, in Illinois, and I'm in the same area where you were from, okay? I police the same little area. I'll just keep it that way. It would be a criminal case. We would do a general case report when the father doesn't return the kid. Then it's all something that's criminal. And I didn't like that shit. But when she doesn't let you see your kid, it's just civil. And you would tell the dude, like, look, man, you got to go to the judge. Now, once I get that dude outside, I would break his ass down on what he really needs to know. I would say this to him. I would say, look, man, the way you're fucking acting right now, I don't even feel comfortable letting you get the kid. So you need to calm your ass down. Get the paperwork. A lot of times when you read the paperwork, he may actually be in the wrong. It might not stipulate that you're supposed to get the kid right then. You just said, I'm off today, or I called in today. Does it say that in the paperwork? Does it say you can call in from work and now you can get your kid? So I need to read that shit. But whether that's in it or not, he needs to calm down. They need to be separated. Once you get that done, you could explain to the brother, here's what's going to go down. I'm going to go in there and talk to her. You're going to stay out here. I will get the kid for you. But if she doesn't give you the kid, I will give you an incident report that's going to detail what she did and she's interfering with your visitation. You could subpoena me to court. I might pop up for you if you act like you got some sense. But all this yelling you doing, you're going to end up getting locked up if you keep running your mouth. Because I do not have to take the kid from her. I'm not even authorized to do that. That's the fucked up thing about men and women.
And that right there is why that was one of the things I was going to make. So I'm glad you said that. But let me ask you this: what do you do when you ask him, "Where's your paperwork?" What are you going to do when he says, "I ain't got it"?
Well, then the call's over with. It. Have a nice day. You got to go.
Now my other question is, if he did have the paperwork, do you think, in your own opinion, do you think that he's in a mental state where he's well enough to take that kid?
No, but I would have explained to him. I would have told him this. I would have said, we're going to go back in here. I'm going to talk to the mother. Now, if the mother indicates to me prior to me getting here and while I was here, you made threats to them and now she feels uncomfortable giving you the kid, I'm going to agree with her based on how you was acting. That's all I'm saying is that here's my thing. When you do that and what you just said, you basically answered the own question to debunk what you said. If he's out of control already, taking him outside to calm him down and to diffuse the situation, I'm all for that. If he had his paperwork, the fact that he's acting as irate as he is, I'm not gonna send no kid with that man. So that's why I said he's lost because of his behavior in that hallway when I got there. Now, you're correct. But the one twist to it is this. I try to always give a black man, when he's in this situation, a chance to recover or at least to teach him something, to say, when we go back in here, if you can act calm and apologize and stay calm, 9 times out of 10, they're not going to do it. But if you can get them to do it and you can get her to say, hey, everything's cool. If both parties are okay with it, then I'm okay with it.
And here's why I disagree with that. Because my thing, here's the break that I'm going to give him. If you can get your shit together while I'm out here talking to you, then you won't be going to jail. That's my break I'm going to give you. The other part to that, as far as y'all figuring out who gonna go, who the kid gonna go with, that's a civil matter. Y'all figure that shit out in court. If you have court paperwork and this is supposed to be enforced, because I'm here and I've seen how you're acting, I'm not comfortable with sending no kid off with you. I'm not gonna do it. Now, if after I leave, if she wanna do it, that's fine, but I'm putting in my report, no, this motherfucker shouldn't go. I'm not going to give him the kid because of the way that he was acting once I got. He was too irate and out of control, over emotional, and I was doing what was best for the kid. Call DCFS, Child Protective Services, a counselor, whatever the case may be. Come on out here and y'all handle this because like Jason said, you are a cop, not a counselor.
I agree with you. You know what I would tell them this, man. I would always tell people on domestics, I would say, well, how long y'all been together?
Mm-hmm.
If y'all been together 10 years, what makes you think I'm going to fix your 10-year problem in 5 minutes?
Exactly. And here's my thing. How many times have you arrived at a domestic at 6 in the evening and then you say, look, y'all calm down, y'all good? Yeah, all right, don't do this shit no more. Because if we come back, your ass is going to jail and your ass is going to jail.
Now,
And then 11 o'clock, you back at that address with the same shit going on because, like you said, they've been doing this shit for 10 years.
right.
That's
Now,
why you have your rules, your own code set to where you say, enforce the law first. You
Now-
fuck up, pinch the bitch, smack the bitch, whatever you gonna do. If I get there and I see that evidence, you gotta come with me, partner. Because if shit go left and I let it slide, trying to look out for a brother, and he do a motherfucking Kwame Brown Sr. and kill this motherfucker, beat her with a bat, that's on me.
no, and don't get me wrong. I'm with you. It's kind of whatever that situation is and what your rapport is with that individual. A lot of times, and you know this to be true, I don't know what the percentage is, man, but it appears when I will go on domestics, regardless of how big your district is, it's always the same people that call. It's never anybody new. So you damn near know these people by first name. You done dealt with them 100 goddamn times.
If you've been around for a long time, yeah, you'll know who it is, and you'll know
Right.
the block or
So-
know the house, because it
Right.
might be 20 motherfuckers in a 3-story house, and they get it in every weekend. It's the cousins and uncles fighting. It's the girlfriends and boyfriends fighting. You do get that.
Yeah,
But-
so you would know the people, but whether you, like you said, hey man, you acting too crazy. Like, I don't even feel comfortable even trying to, because a lot of times as cops, we can basically explain something to another party and make them think that's what they have to do, and they'll roll along with it. And then you kind of like keep the peace. But a lot of times you got to tell somebody like, I don't give a fuck about the court order or what the judge say. The judge, once I write my incident report and the judge reads it, he might revoke your visitation. Because I'm going to put in here how you fucking acting. And I would explain that to dudes. I say, when I put this paper to this pen, I don't need to fight you, bro. When I pull this pen out and put it on this paper, it's going to fuck your shit up. Now, if you really want to see your kids, next time act like you got some sense. And depending on the nature, see, my call, if that's me, I don't think it would have escalated like that. So I know what you're saying. And if it went down the way we saw it on video, he's not getting the kids anyways, because I just don't feel safe letting the kids go with him. But I also know me, I typically will not let a call even get there. Once you start calling me nigga, and I'm in Chicago, you call me nigga, Joe, and on the phone. You call me phone.
What if I say, oh, Hoover head? Can I get away with that one?
No, we get that straightened out real quick because there has to be some. So I can tell then if the guy's going to cooperate, he going to do it my way. Because I've cleared fucking calls and told dispatch, hey, I'm going to be 25. It's a language barrier. And they be like, what's the language barrier? Now I called dispatch. I said, dude called me all type of niggas and Joes. He ain't getting no shit.
I said the language barrier is niggerish. I can't deal with this shit.
Language barrier. Because he kept calling me nigga and Joe, I took his ass and dropped him off at the L. It's over with.
Well, here's my thing. And this was just my own philosophy. And like, most police officers, you have your own code and your own things that you do. My thing was this, especially because of domestics and how volatile a domestic is. When you fuck up, I can't save you. I'm not trying to save you. Right. I'm not trying to put somebody else's life on the line or put my career on the line because I'm trying to give you a break. If you can act with some sense, like you got some sense, when I get there, I'm going to treat you like you got some sense. If you wilding out, talking crazy, I was never the guy that's trying to, man, just come on, brother, chill, calm down, relax. I'm going to be like, hey, I need for you to calm down. I'm going to elevate my voice. I'm going to have the right inflection. Let this motherfucker know I mean business, because you never know what somebody is going to do. That person could be sitting there doing his thing, talking all big and bad, and then realize once that car roll up, oh shit, I got a warrant. Oh shit, I'm on probation. This bitch done really fucked me up. So now I'm just gonna go all out and I'm gonna do something real stupid now. I just smacked this bitch 20 minutes ago. Now I'm about to say fuck it and I'm going all out. They gonna have to kill me tonight. How many times has that happened to where you got somebody who don't give a fuck and they just know I already got a warrant, so I knew I was going to jail, so I was just mad than a motherfucker, bro. Yeah, but now my partner got a motherfucking broken wrist. Yeah, but now my motherfucking partner done got stabbed. Yeah, but now my partner fucked up their knee wrestling with your goofy ass because we was trying to be cool with your ass. That's the only thing that I think about as to why I keep a very strict, I kept a very strict mentality when it came to that. Follow the rules and try to keep everybody safe. Cutting a motherfucker a break and giving a motherfucker a break in that situation will fuck you up or fuck somebody else up. And next thing you know, well, Officer Prime, why would you go and just leave this person after you know that there was a domestic dispute and this person was said to be, yelling and screaming and scratched the woman? Well, when I got there, he seemed to be okay. I didn't see any. Well, but you can see the scratch he had on her arm. It was just a scratch. I didn't know if he did it or if she fell and did it or if she did it to herself. Well, the fact that you didn't, you caused this woman to now later on get a broken tibia.
Right. No,
So, yeah.
If I think I was fortunate growing up in a single mother household and my brothers were gangbanging and shit like that because it enhanced my spidey sense. So I have a good feeling. 17 years, I never hit anybody who was handcuffed. And I never put hands on somebody where it wasn't wanted. Where it need to be put on. If hands went on, my paperwork, I was in the right. Even if a motherfucker caught me on camera, they would have been like, yeah, you supposed to get your ass whooped. I've never had a problem where someone said, you know what, they got you on this one. That ain't never happened to me, but I also knew how niggas act. Like what Jason Gunn was saying, white cops getting away with shit. I saw that happen a lot. He's correct. But the issue also that we need to bring up is how our young black men do shit that I knew would scare the white cop that wouldn't scare me. Like, and you know what I'm talking about. That punch in your hand on the phone, motherfucker, I'ma kill you.
Right. I know thug clapping. Thug clapping. I got you. Yeah.
Yeah. Niggas would do that and they're all, the first thing the niggas start off with, and you gotta correct them, they say, you want respect, you get respect. You gotta like, look, motherfucker, check this out.
Right.
I'm on this call. When I come on a call, this is like my mobile office. I'm in charge. This is my office right now until I leave. You respect me in my office. I don't give a damn that we at your house. I got called here on the domestic. So it's no longer your house right now. It's now my office. Let me do what I need to do. I don't want to hear that respect shit because I didn't come in here disrespecting you. Now, when they did that clap shit and then when they did all that threatening and talking about I'm a killer nigga and all that kind of stuff, the white dudes would be reaching for their taser. They may actually think that you're a threat. To me, growing up in that as a kid, I knew you was just talking shit. So I might even have my ink pen out, taking my motherfucking report while you doing that. Like, yeah, I know.
So would you consider that what you just said in that example? Would you consider that to be racist, or would you consider that to be a cultural difference?
No, it's a culture difference. That's why my disagreement with Tommy was I was like, we never had the conversation. It would just be like, well, I disagree. And I'm like, well, him growing up in Atlanta, Georgia, I'd have been down there, during the Freaknik days. You remember that bullshit. Mm-hmm. So when I went down to Georgia, I saw that most of the law enforcement were like the black men. So maybe that's what his experience was. But me growing up in Illinois, in the Chicago area, and being a cop, I was able to see it. And I said, nah, that white dude's scared. And for whatever reason, and you know this to be true, a lot of people who take the police test should not be cops. The being a cop is the same thing as when you see somebody who's preaching. You got to have a calling to be a pastor. You also got to have a calling to be a cop. If it ain't in your heart, you shouldn't be doing it.
Yeah, I agree with that, but I believe I can say that I've had bad service from black officers.
No,
I've had bad service from white officers,
Mm-hmm.
which is why I believe that one of the biggest things, and that's why I said we were talking when Jason and I were talking about before about having the thing where when police officers are not from a particular community, and when their background, their cultural background is different, those things definitely impact the way
Yes.
that they police. You
Yes.
have a lot of, and it's just like with teachers. Most teachers growing up were nerds.
Mm-hmm.
They were the outcasts. They were the ones that nobody really hung around. They weren't the life of the party. They weren't the most popular. They weren't the cutest. They weren't the one that got all the male attention. Most of them were the outcasts, the nobodies, the whatever you want to call it. And because now they're in a position of power where they are lording over children, they absolutely have a different approach as to how they teach. That's why you had mean teachers in their classroom where you couldn't do shit, couldn't say shit, couldn't write shit unless they told you to do shit. You had teachers like that because it was the first time that they ever in their life had control over something, and it just so happened to be children. And they abused their power.
Hey, Brian, what I would tell people? I was an FTO. And what I would tell the trainees when I was training them, I would tell them if they were not from the community, my community out the place I was in, it was 75-80% black. And when I say black, I'm talking about the nigga type black. I ain't talking about good black folks. I'm talking about the hood.
Yeah.
But I would tell those white guys or Hispanic guys or even black guys, if they were not from that environment, you get to know your trainee. You FTO on their ass for the month, you get to know them.
Yes.
I would encourage them. I said, if I ever got some brass, I would make this mandatory. But I would tell them, when you get off probation, you need to go work in the grade school part-time and at the high school part-time. And they say, why? I say, I ain't talking about the money, bro. But you need to learn these people. If you get to meet these kids while they're in grade school and as they go through high school, when you approach them on the street, it's kind of a different environment because you know how that person is going to act. But when you just don't know shit about how black people act, not black people, but how these
different people, a different culture people. It's just like if I was policing in an area that was predominantly Asian.
Yep.
I don't know how those people act. And I don't even speak their language. So when I hear, an Asian talking, it could sound like they yelling at a motherfucker when they're actually speaking their language. I could interpret that wrong. And I could do something to where I'm escalating a situation that doesn't need to be escalated. That's one of the reasons why I said FTO training needs to be at bare minimum a year. Some people FTO for 3 months, 6 months.
We did 3 months.
They need to FTO for at least a year. And if I had it my way, it would be 2 to 5 years of you riding with that FTO to learn where you gonna be policing that, because there's so many officers that are fresh from a predominantly affluent white suburban area, only had 2 black friends that went to school with them that lived in those same kind of conditions, and now you throwing them deep in the valley of the wild hundreds as for they FTO for 3 months. That's fucking culture shock. That's fucking life shock. When you seeing a motherfucking baby out, what's that Dave Chappelle joke? Where it's a baby outside on the corner at 2 o'clock in the morning with a pamper on. You like, what the fuck is going on?
Yep.
So it's like those are the kinds of differences that we have that occur. And because our skin color is different, we automatically deem that as racist. And it's like, if we had more of a foothold in our own community of our departments, you would eliminate the black and white thing, the white folks getting away with shit, because you would have black brass. You would have black captains. You would have black lieutenants, black sergeants in your black neighborhood. That one white sergeant you got, he's 1 out of 6. All the rest of them are black. So it's like when you have that type of balance, like you said, in a predominantly black area where it's 85% black, there you go.
Yep.
You have those differences that we have culture wise and there other, you would be able to balance that out. Would it be perfect? Absolutely not. You still gonna have these punk ass little 5'7" police officer white boys that just now, because they went through training, they done pumped a little iron, now they think they tough guys because they got a badge and a gun. You have those guys. It's not the majority, and it's not even close to being the majority, but you have them. So yes, that's the asshole that's gonna try to be the tough guy and put hands on a motherfucker when he shouldn't. He's gonna be the tough guy that's gonna pull a gun when he shouldn't because he thinks he's a badass. So yes, you have that, but that's not the majority. A lot of times when you have those differences, that's what it is. It's just a difference. I don't know what the fuck this mean. If you talking about you about to blow this motherfucker up, Joe, I don't know if you just upset and just pissed off talking trash, or if you really have a bomb if I ain't never been in your neighborhood or heard a nigga talk like you. Because the black guy that I knew in high school, his name was Trevor, and he was nice, and I believe he fucked one of my sisters. That's the only black guy that I knew. But it's not always like that. And it's like when you have those differences and don't know about those differences, you have these types of issues that can occur. So I understand what you're saying to a degree, but I think that there is a lot of things where there are certain instances where you need to follow the rules because that's why the rules are in place. Because people previously didn't follow the rules and a motherfucker either wound up dying or a motherfucker got maimed or a motherfucker got shot because you tried to give a motherfucker a break. In instances like that, I literally try to just fly straight with that. Because when you try to go left and give a motherfucker a break, I've seen people get fucking railroaded because the optics are bad now.
Yes, especially like on domestics, because I don't know how many times I would get a call. I get there, I end up locking the dude up, and then the woman comes down and puts a complaint on you. You helping her out. The shit that went south. You like, you called me here and now you complaining because I did my job and locked the dude up. Or the best one is you lock this dude up, you tell him like, you gonna sign a complaint. You gonna meet me at the station. And they never show up.
Yep.
Ain't nobody signed no complaint. But going back to what you said about the culture thing, people don't understand how serious that is. And I'm like this.
I agree.
You know this is true. When I would deal with the Hispanics and I would go over there, I never would really make it into the house before the family would be outside, and the father or the mother, it would be some elderly Hispanic people would say, "We do not need you. We took care of this. We don't need you." And I say, "Listen, just give me the last names. Salazar and Rodriguez. Okay, Salazar and Rodriguez. This was settled. No police needed. That's how I'm going to clear the call." Yeah. But they would tell you. When I went over to the white neighborhood where the white people were, and it's a domestic, I knew how to act when the white guy came out, and the first thing he said was, "I pay your salary." And I'm like, okay, here we go. Now I got to actually give this dude this attention and find out, like, what's going on. Then you find out it's some bullshit, but you got to get both sides. It's hard to get a certain element of black people's side. I'm just talking about the nigga. I ain't talking about good black folks. I'm talking about like that guy in the video. You get there, and half the time, he don't live there. She on Section 8. It's her place, whatever it is, and he loud as hell like this dude. Yep. But when you go to them other cultures, they act differently, so you have to treat them differently. Yep. You know, they resolve. Like I said, the white guy will come out and say, "Hey, we're going through a divorce. I'm downstairs, she's upstairs. She wants me to leave. I pay your salary. I ain't going nowhere." And I'd be like, "Well, man, what's going on?" And she'll say, "Well, he ain't got to go nowhere. The judge didn't tell him to leave. Y'all need to resolve this in court. This ain't got shit to do with the police. Have a nice day. Now, if you want to leave, I'll stand by." And that's another thing that I would have told my man. That's what that dude should do. If you went through this 3 or 4 times, like he said, he should be requesting a standby when he go gets his kids and say, "Can an officer meet me over here?"
I didn't even think about that one. He sure could have.
I tell him all the time, I say, "Hey, man, call for a standby." What's that? I said, "It ain't nothing. Just call the station. You can call the non-emergency, ask for a standby, tell them it's going to be a custody situation. You're just picking a kid. And we'll come over there because then we can actually be witness to you didn't do nothing to her or she didn't do nothing to you.
And a lot of times too, when you done broke up with your girl or your baby mama and you going to get your shit.
Yep.
And she done told you and left you a message saying, yeah, I'm bleaching all your shit right now, nigga. I'm fucking up all your joy, all your shit gonna be outside. Don't even call her back.
Yep.
Hey, look, I'm going to pick up some stuff from my ex-girlfriend, and she's already told me that she's destroyed some of my property. I'd like for an officer to meet me at this address so that I can get my things.
Yep. If you know you're going to get into a domestic and you know your girl, you should just call the police and say, I need to stand by. Like, why?
Exactly.
Yeah, here I'm about to pack my shit and leave, but I know in the past when I started getting my shit, it turned into a fight.
Yep. That is that is like, but that goes back to my other saying of knowing the law. We don't know the law. We want to hold court in the street with the bitch and argue back and forth, talking about, see, bitch, you just mad because I got me a better bitch now, and you know that's gonna send her off. And she talking about that's why I fucked your cousin, nigga, because you ain't shit, nigga. And I finessed you out of that $300, nigga. You thought I was going to get an abortion, but now I'm 2 months pregnant, nigga, and I'm gonna make you pay for this one too. Now you want to kill the bitch. So,
but at the end of the day, man,
go ahead, give me your last word, man.
At the end of the day, brothers like you, Tommy, Angry Man, all the brothers that are telling this, and it's not to bash women or to degrade the black community. The truth is, 99.9% of the guys that we encounter, they're acting that way. They are acting like women because women get because the woman gets away with it. They're taking on her traits. I'm gonna leave you with this. How many times you pull over a female and she got the kids in the car and she act a goddamn fool on a traffic stop, and then 5 or 6 years later you see the kid doing the same damn thing and you got to explain to them like, no, she got to run her damn mouth. Your ass gonna get yanked through the window. You need to calm that down. Stop acting that way. Women get to act like, I don't know, dope ass kids. They get away with that shit. But the problem with these young black men is that they didn't get that shit from their dad. Like, you had a daddy, so you know you don't hold court in the street, man.
Yep.
You don't do that shit.
Yep. I'm definitely one of, and I was one of those people that where, you know, I guess because of my background, where I grew up and how I learned so much from my dad being the police, it's like there were things that it was all about doing the job the right way. Just because a bitch got a fat ass, just because she got some big titties and she batting her eyelashes on you, it might be wanting to give you some pussy so you don't write her no ticket. Bitch, you driving in a car and you can be as fine as you want to be, but you driving in a car and your kid ain't in the car seat. Fuck you. That shows what kind of woman you dealing with. You letting your kid sit in the back seat out the car seat because he cry when you put him in it. So I guess if you have a fucking accident and this little motherfucker wind up dying or some shit like that, then now what? We just gonna let some balloons loose, have a fucking candle vigil, and get some airbrush t-shirts, and you go on your way. That's the type of stuff that it's like you gotta have that code to say, no, you do this shit, I don't give a fuck what your circumstances are, do better. Same thing with that brother. Bro, I understand you in a fucked up situation, but like I said earlier in the show, nigga, that's your bitch. You chose her. You chose to pop off and have them babies with her because she was all good when you saw her walking down the street or saw her at the club or got introduced to her at the barbecue when you wanted to fuck. Now you need to deal with what you have to deal with her and her fuck shit.
Yep.
Choose better.
And we've been watching this for decades. You already know when you're dealing with a woman like that, it's gonna be conflict with you seeing your kid. You're gonna be on child support. She gonna probably slash your tires. That just comes with the territory.
But that's the thing. That's what we have to realize as men, and I'm ending with this. We have to realize with men, that's what it is because that's what we allow. He even said in the video, yeah, that's why your last nigga drug your ass too, dragging you down the hall. So you know this
She like
what
that.
she do. She likes the drama, the fighting, the fussing, and then the fucking. That's her thing. So
True.
why are you going to put yourself in a position to where she's having your kid? It is what it is, man. But thank you, brother. I appreciate you coming through, man. Thank you so much, man. Great call, dude.
I'm gonna hit you on the Cash App, brother.
All right, for sure. Appreciate it. Later. Yo, what's up, citizen, man? You on the mic, man. Let me make sure I gotta.
Can you hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you, man. Make sure you don't do no wild shit and fuck up my stream.
Nah, man. Nah, I'm good people, man. Tommy knows me, man. I actually had a debate on Tommy's show against Brother Sanchez a few months ago. So, excuse me. So
right,
they know.
Go ahead. What are your thoughts, bro?
They know who I am. Now, I was just going to say with the situation with the police, what I see happening is this happens all too often, and we're being given the impression that, you know, there's something wrong with the police, and we're not looking at ourselves. Now, what I'm noticing is we're lacking in three basic areas. One, a basic understanding of the law, two, basic understanding of consequences, and three, a basic understanding of government, how it works, how open it is, and that we have a place there too. Now, to the lack of basic understanding of the law. That guy in the hallway, like, think about this. How many people you block off your channel, they come back crying, oh, you're suppressing my freedom of speech. But they don't understand that this is your house. Freedom of speech applies on the YouTube streets. You can go make your own channel and have your First Amendment. Right. You just can't come in my house and have your First Amendment if you're going to be disrespectful. I'm not going to let you come into my living room and call me all kinds of fuckface, you know, whatever.
Exactly.
You know, it's not going to happen. But they don't understand this. So it's like, you have a First Amendment right. You know you have a First Amendment right, but you don't know how to apply it. Now let's apply that concept to the situation with this brother. He had a First Amendment right. He had freedom of speech to say what he wanted, but he wasn't out on the street. He was in a residential complex that was privately owned by whoever that landlord is, and other people were living around there, which means he was disturbing the peace, and people have a right to, you know, have peace where they live. He didn't understand that. He thought he was within his rights to say what he wanted and yell how he wanted. And he also didn't understand that police have a certain level of training where they're taught to view certain behaviors as threatening, you know. Yes. So to what the other caller was saying, and I'm glad he said that brother lost his chance of getting his kids. The cops was going to let him get his kids no way, not in that state of mind.
Yep.
You know. So
and I think that was man, you hit it, knocked it out the park with that, because one of the biggest things that people don't understand is that you can say, as far as freedom of speech goes, you can say what you want to say. Mm-hmm. However, you need to choose your words wisely, because your words matter. That Bingo. Dude, when he got there talking to those police officers and he on the phone, pissed off, talking about Rihanna, you on some bullshit or whatever the case may be, he could have been saying all that shit and could have been 4 octaves lower, and it wouldn't have been no problem. He could have been like, look, I'm sick and tired of you. Got my kids. You're keeping them from me. I'm supposed to have the kids. I'm off work. You got to work. The kids should be here. You know what? Police are here. I'm going to let them handle it. Look here, officer. Here's what's happening. This is the third time. All that's going on that he said when he was yelling and screaming, he said, this is the third time that this has happened.
He could have got his.
We could have had the kids. I'm supposed to have the kids now. I'm here to pick the kids up. She's keeping the kids from me. Here's my paperwork from the custody agreement that shows that I am to have these kids when I don't have to work, or when she has to work. She's not following the agreement. And that would have put me as the officer into what? Now I have to enforce the law.
There you go.
Rihanna,
there you go.
Here is the decree. This man is here. You need to give him these kids. If not, you are in violation of this decree. And therefore, you take her ass to court. I will write up this police report. We will get social services involved, get the judge involved, and there go. You got her. You got a full clip of ammunition.
Now, Brian, I think you might have missed this part of the video, though. He did say to the cop in the beginning of the video that he doesn't have a court order, which means this is an agreement that they made outside of the court. So the cops weren't going to help him anyway. They were going to leave the kids with whoever the kids were with. I've been in this situation
majority
before.
of the time the mama, unless you got some paperwork that's gonna say otherwise.
Right. Now let's get to the second point, the lack of understanding of consequences. I hear this all the time, especially from black women mostly. Oh, black men shouldn't be shot or shouldn't be killed for resisting arrest. That is a ridiculous statement. Not to say that they should be killed for resisting arrest, but it's as ridiculous as saying crazy people shouldn't get run over for playing in traffic. You know, once you open a door to a certain situation, there's certain consequences that follow. And if you know that the police are ruthless when it comes to dealing with you, then why would you open that door to allow them to do that? So him being in that hallway, yelling and screaming, yes, the cop was wrong for putting hands on him first.
Yep.
But that cop could have just as easily walked up to him, slapped the cuffs on him, threw him on the ground, and arrested him for disorderly conduct and drug him out of there.
Yep.
So either way, he was going to get hands put on him if he would have continued behaving as he continued behaving that way.
Yes.
So there's a lack of understanding of consequences. Like, these are two men versus one of me. They have force and they have the authority to use that force. Let me conduct myself a certain way. But it's this, I don't know where this mentality comes from, but it's almost like a delusion where they believe they can do whatever they want. And if anybody does anything back to them, they're wrong. Like, look at what the trolls do to Tommy. They make all these videos about the man talking all this shit. And then as soon as he says something back, he's wrong. Why are you saying that? Why are you coming at them like that? Blah, blah, why are you crying? You know,
yeah.
Do you not understand that if you provoke somebody, they're going to respond?
and here's the thing, and this goes back to Tommy's point, is that when you're talking about why we do what we do, it is because the guardians of the home are not there. Fathers teach you about consequences because fathers know my son or my daughter going out doing fuck shit is gonna be taken differently. So you're going to prepare your son, you're going to prepare your daughter not to put themselves in situations where consequences can come about that they don't want to suffer. And that's one of the biggest problems that we have. We have so many of our young men that are uneducated about life. Not just saying they ain't went to school. They don't know about life. If you don't work, you don't get money, you don't eat. If you don't do this, you don't get that. They think that they're supposed to be given everything. Why do they think that? Because so many of our women are given everything. There's no other place where a woman can sit back and not go to school, not have an education, not have any fucking career aspirations or anything, and can literally fall ass backwards into free housing, free food, free shelter, and free clothing just by having sex. That's not only something that cripples cripples that woman. She don't even realize, but she's crippling herself, and she cripples her children.
Her children, yes. And it takes men, most importantly, to teach little boys consequences, because I've learned this in my household. I have one sister and one brother, so I've seen it. Little girls, as children, are allowed to get away with more than what little boys are allowed to get away with. So men grow up knowing that there's consequences to certain actions before, more than women do in general. And this is why in society, the man is seen as the protector and the provider, and the woman is the nurturer, and because the woman don't have to face those challenges and need to suffer those types of consequences that men traditionally would. Now, this is just in the grand scheme, in the aggregate. Each individual situation is different, so don't feel no kind of way about what I'm saying. But it starts from childhood, and the father is the missing link, and you're absolutely right. Now, to my third point with the lack of understanding of government. Now, what I see is a lot of people in majority black areas, they complain about police and how the police are treating them. These white cops, they call them race soldiers, they call them all this shit. But then there's all these viable young men in those neighborhoods that could be those police that are policing those neighborhoods, but they choose to do other things rather than get involved because they're taught their whole lives that government is bad, you shouldn't vote, don't be a part of it, don't be involved, don't run for office, all this crap. And they don't realize that there's an opportunity to actually take control of your own community. You know what I'm saying? But they choose not to, and then they complain about who does take control, because as long as those police jobs are available, somebody's going to take that job. And if you don't want to take that job, or nobody around you wants to take that job, somebody from outside is going to take that job. And if that job gives them the authority to bust it down on you whenever they feel like it, guess what? Now you're going to have an entire outside group of people with the entire force of government behind them, busting your heads, busting your son's heads, busting your brother's heads, busting your mother's, your sister's heads, and there won't be a goddamn thing you can do about it, because when you could have sent your son to the police academy, you decided to support him in his dreams to become a rapper.
Man, I'm telling you, I couldn't say it any better. And just to add on to what you were saying, you know, when we talking about black men policing their own neighborhoods and all of that kind of stuff, how about if we just started doing this? Police your own house. Be the law
Yes.
enforcement officer of your own home first. Stop having because it makes no sense where you walking around your neighborhood like a guardian angel and you got 4 kids on the other side of town or a few blocks over that you ain't raising because you ain't with the baby mama because y'all can't get along. We need to start governing ourselves the way that we want to see our communities governed so that we can be the example and be the change that we want to see. Yes, because at the end of the day, it's plenty of fuck niggas living in the community that will fuck it up. And if you think that all we got to do is just take care of ourselves and we just stick to ourselves, yeah, but you still got issues within your own communities that you have to resolve first and protect yourselves against. Because if you don't, same thing is going to happen. The same thing is going to keep happening. The cycle will not be broken until we begin to break it, and we can't begin to break it until we begin to acknowledge it. And one of the key factors that we have going on is that we're having these children out of wedlock, and we have these single mothers that ain't doing shit for themselves or their kids raising these children. And we got these fathers that are going around fucking all these women thinking that they laying this pipe and they got bitches and they are not being responsible as adults when it comes to their sexuality. And the shit is fucking us up. It's just getting worse and worse and worse.
And you know what's exasperating it, Brian? It's this ass backwards mentality where people like us, they call us coons because we see reality for what it is and we don't buy into the delusion. That's what it is. It's that ass backwards mentality.
And we do that terrible thing of just telling the truth.
Yeah.
Yep. See it all the time, man. And it's like, I don't understand. It's like one of the things that I just can't understand is that you may not like what somebody's saying, but if they are telling you the truth, and not only are they telling the truth, but they're supporting that truth with facts, what else can you do besides say, well, damn, maybe this motherfucking coon ass nigga got a point. Maybe this bootlicking, soft shoe dancing, maybe this stepping fetching nigga got a point.
Nope. They'll punch you in the face for telling the facts.
Man.
Getting their feelings, man.
It's sad to see.
Emotional manipulation.
It's so sad to see time and time again that we know this to be true, but we won't even acknowledge it, and we won't acknowledge it, and it's costing us everything.
Yep.
I don't know, man. But man, brother, I appreciate you, man. Great call, dude. You knocked it out the park, man.
Yeah, thank you, man. Thank you. I appreciate you having me on, brother.
Yes,
Peace
sir,
out.
man. Hey, feel free to call in anytime, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Definitely.
All right, cool. Later. All right, guys. I will say this. I saw let me see, I think it was Mac Turtle that put something in the chat that I wanted to address because he made a good point here. He said, and I want to just say my piece to it. Let me go back. Shoot. He said, this is why black folks don't want relationships. Both parties are emotional. He said something. He said it again. He said, this is why black folks don't want to be in relationships. We are both emotional and it won't work. I think black folks are doomed. So let me put on, or let me adjust my relationship rehab tie shit real quick. Here's the problem with that, Mac Turtle. The problem is this. We gotta fix it. Check out the justice and how they run. No, I'm just kidding. But the problem is this. We have to, as men and women, start choosing mates that have the things that we lack. We need to start choosing mates that have. If I come from a broken family, as cool as it may be, if we both come from broken families, we got something in common, but it's not necessarily the best situation for us. We need to choose people to share our lives with, be husband and wife with, that come from strong families. Not just a small, little intact family, but stronger families. Why? Because that creates balance. I can learn, coming from a broken family, how to be a part of a stable family, because I see it every day in my wife. Or I'm a woman and I see it every day in my husband. My husband has his father, his grandfather, and his great-grandfather. And they uncles and brothers and all that kind of stuff. My wife has her father, her grandfather, and her great-grandfather. Her mother and her grandmother, they both been married and still married. They've been married 75 years. That's what it is that I want to have, because that's what I should gravitate towards, because it creates balance. And here's the other caveat to it. I think that you should do it even if it's outside your race. Even if it's outside your race. Give me 1 second so I can wrap this show up, because I got to use the bathroom. Right, I'm back. But yes, that's why I said what I said. And I understand that a lot of people will look at that and be like, well, no, we still should just. All I'm saying is this. If you can find enough of your people that look like you, and maybe from where you're from, that has that stability, and they actually have that thing that you're lacking, and you can clearly see that, man, I can definitely, see myself having a balanced life with this person. By all means, have a shot. But just because you have something in common, because you both could be ex-dope fiends. What if you both ex-dope fiends and you went through your 12-step program, but just because you've done that doesn't mean that you're going to be sober for the rest of your lives. Either one of you could potentially slip and use again. So if that happens, now what? What if you both use again? That matters. So it's like, you should be with somebody. If you are a person that has a drinking problem, then you should maybe be with somebody that don't drink. You should maybe be with somebody that has dealt with, hey, I had an alcoholic cousin, or my brother was an alcoholic. I've dealt with this before. So I got some tools that can maybe help, us deal with this through our life. Like, one of the things I couldn't handle living with or being with a woman that was a drug addict. Not that I have a disdain for drug addicts, or I hate drug addicts or something like that. Not that. It's just that I know that I don't have the tools, and I'm not equipped with the tools to deal with that. I just don't. I'm not equipped to that. So I'm not going to put myself in a situation where I would have to do that. And then being in that situation where I got kids and I got all this other stuff, I got a job and I'm dealing with, and I got a dope fiend wife that I got to run up behind, and hope she ain't selling the TV, hope she ain't, got some niggas up in the house, or she got some dope fiends in the house and they're around my kids while I'm at work. I couldn't handle that. So it's like those are the things that I know I need to watch out for, and everybody's not equipped like that. But I can tell you this: if you can figure out what's broken, then you can figure out what you need to go after. If I know that I grew up in a household full of women, then maybe it would benefit me to find a girl who has a lot of men around. Got a lot of uncles, got a lot of brothers, got a lot of, it's like maybe I should want to be around something like that because that's going to help balance me out. That's all I'm saying. So it's like, and you can't find the perfect balance, but you should seek that out. Seek that out. Seek that thing that you are deficient in and find somebody who is strong in that area so that you can have a more balanced life. If you bad with money, you bad with finances, find you somebody who's strong in finances and be humble enough to let that person control the money. Why? Because you're building a future together and you want to have resources, not just for your lifestyle, but for your children. Those are the things that you look for in those other people that you want to share your life with so that you can have a more productive and a much more rewarding and fulfilling life. Don't always be so quick to just link up with somebody that you can identify with because y'all both used to fuck shit. Y'all both used to wild shit, ghetto shit. Y'all both used to, man, I'm used to this shit. We both used it because it sets you up for too many deficiencies. It puts you in a situation to where you don't have all of the tools that you may need. I may have a hammer and nails. You may have a saw and some wood. Together, we can build some shit. You keep us separate. If I got hammers and nails and you got hammers and nails, yeah, we both got two hammers and we both got some nails, but now we're still looking for some wood and shit to put so we can put some shit together. We're still looking for those raw materials that we need in order to actually build. So that's just me and my relationship shit right there. I was glad I was able to get into that. Thank you so much, Mac Turtle. I appreciate that, man. That bringing that question up. So, it's just one of those things where we really need to get to the point to where we are actually holding each other accountable. When you see young people doing shit like this, and you know the cause of it, you know the reason behind it, because I bet you his mama spoiled the shit out of him or is even more ignorant than he is about how to carry herself out in public. One of the two. She's either one of those that tried to baby him and, I know he might be upset, but let me just calm down, Laverius. I don't know what the boy name was, but just calm down. It's okay. I know, Laverius. I know. And now you have coddled and babied this boy all through life, and now he think he can act out, and there's no consequences for it. Until he's in the wrong situation at the wrong time and gets served up with a 5-piece chicken tender and a side order of muff. Just what it is. And yes, it's a help meet, not a helpmate. A help meet. Help me meet my goals. All right. I just want to say thank you to everybody that donated. Thank you to everybody that watched the show. Click that like button. Shout out to Adrian McInnes. Hit me up, McInnes. Hey, I got a few relatives that's McInnes's now. Watch out now. I don't know, it might be a distant cousin or something. Thanks, player. Appreciate you. But I just want to say thank you to everybody that donated. Shout out to my man Dion Pryor. Hit your boy with $10. Said for good conversation. Yeah, it was, man. Thank you. Shout out to my man Elder Dre. Hit your boy with $2. Shout out to Brandy Kendall. Hit your boy with $20. Thank you so much. And shout out to my man Leviathan and hit me with $10. Let me go ahead and hit the refresh. I already got Adrian, and then I'm going to go over here to the PayPal side, just double check over here, see if we got any action. And everybody else that is watching the show on the replay, please feel free to go ahead and hit your boy up with some comments or something in the comments section, or give me your thoughts on it. And while you're watching the replay, you can still donate. So don't hesitate. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you guys for everything that y'all did. We had a good show. It was a little late tonight, but I'm so glad that we got to do it either way. You guys have a good night. I love y'all. Peace. And I am out. All right, guys. Later.
What's going on, everybody out there in the internet world? It's me, Brian Redmond, also known as the Relationship Rehab, and I need you to do two things. What are those two things? Subscribing to both my channels. I need you to go to the Relationship Rehab, subscribe to that channel, and then I need you to go to United Guns of America and go to that channel. Now you may be asking, why would I do that, Brian? Because it's two of the hottest channels on the internet. Come over there, give me your thoughts, give me your opinions, have conversations, because that's what it's all about. We talk about some of everything: politics, relationships, guns, law enforcement, community stuff. Anything that's happening, I'm willing to have a conversation about it. So come on over. You don't got nothing else to lose, and you ain't got nothing else to do. So come to my channel, subscribe ASAP, and join in on the fun. Twice the entertainment, 2 channels, twice the fun. Come on and have a funky good time with your boy. Peace, and I'm out.